Welcome to 100 Yards of Football, and tonight is our legend segment. I'm your host, Bobby Butler, and tonight we got some real deal legends on the show tonight. Hey, help me welcome from Boston College, drafted in the fourth round in the 1973 NFL Draft by the Buffalo Bills, Jeff Yeates to the show. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here, but it's always good
Awesome.
to see you.
Always good to see you, man. Former teammates. And also we have with us tonight our play caller. He was drafted in 1980, second round of the NFL draft, NFL Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1980. Our play caller on defense, Buddy Curry. Buddy, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, Bobby. Good to be with you. Great to be with Jeff Merrow, and, of course, Coach Glanville. Great to connect with you again, sir.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We're going to have fun tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to get Jeff Merrow on. Hopefully he'll come on before we finish the show. Jeff played for Coach Bobby Butler at the University of West Virginia. He was drafted in the 11th round of the 1975 NFL Draft, Atlanta Falcons, Mr. Jeff Merrow. Jeff, thank you for trying to come on with us today. And we got the guy. He's back. The man in black is back. My coach, Jerry Glanville. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Well, it's great to be here. It's amazing who you got on the show because these cats, it's kind of funny. People say, Jerry had a nice career, you went here and there. I didn't make any tackles. I didn't get anybody. And people like you got on your show made people come after and try to hire me because how hard Buddy played, how hard Yeates played, Merrow, all these people played so hard that people came after me, and they didn't realize that if they hired me, I wasn't playing.
Well, I tell you, it's a beautiful thing because I never forget my first NFL game in Atlanta, and we lined up against the Saints in 1981 at Fulton County Stadium, and I never saw guys play that hard in my life. It was just a different deal. What I saw Jeff Yeates and Merrow do, and Buddy flying around with Fulton Tackendall and Joel Williams, and just to name a few guys. Man, those guys played extremely hard. But Coach, we got to give you credit now because you pushed us to play that way. I mean, that was your personality, your style was to play hard, and so you had a lot to do with that.
Well, I got a thought that you all probably started laughing. I think we're out in San Francisco, and nobody knew Buddy Curry at halftime. It looked like that TV show Match. we had a double IV and James' socks and his shoes were soaking wet. And we were battling the 49ers, and we said, let's go. And the doctor said, you can't go till you get the second tag on. So, leaving. We're going to keep that damn ball because we're going to call time. We're playing offense, and I looked up in the end zone, and here come Buddy. I goes, okay, go ahead and do your usual thing. Our offense couldn't run well. We had Buddy back. He was funny. Nobody knew. Buddy, you played so hard. You're just an unbelievable player. But, you ran out of fluids about every place we went.
But the first opportunity.
That's because he never filled the tank up the night before.
The first 5 games, I would take IV halftime or after the game, sometimes both. But I reiterate something about it. We were trained. We were trained to play hard. We were trained around the ball and made it fun. And I always remember those fun kind of outside yourself. You did more than what you thought. You played harder than what you thought. And many times you got in the zone. And guys, yes, that was us doing that. But Jerry, that was a lot of you guys coaching. You guys coaching. We appreciate it.
Well, you heard.
Buddy played for such a guy we knew. I tell everybody, I had a lot of different coaches that went on and made a lot of money. I think Coach Shiley was maybe my best coach I ever had around me. He was just awesome, and I know he helped all the linebackers play better than what they knew they could play. Really.
Yeah, he was a great coach. I mean, I really admire Coach Shive, just watching the linebacker room and, how he coached on the sideline. He was very intense. We can say that. But Coach, you and I have been talking, and we're talking about the great defense that we've had in Atlanta. We talk about your personality, how you pushed us to make us all play hard. We all ran to the football, as fast as we could. We chased down running backs. We hit running backs. We piled on. We tried to put 11 bodies on the ball every time. But you have a very sharp defensive mind in the game. You were doing things that people were not able to do in the NFL. And we stuck out because we were one of a kind defense. Talk about our defense and what made us so good, in your opinion.
Well, I think I was pretty young myself. I didn't have enough sense to realize what we were doing was half crazy. and I would come up with an idea, dream about an idea, and you all would go and put it out at you. I never forget we're playing Bill Walsh's passing game, and buddy, you remember this? We moved Pridemore to the middle linebacker to take the back out of the field. Well, that's the first time there's a nickel defense. It's Pridemore.
Oh, wow.
So we would, and then we jumped up a blitz where we line them all up, play them all. Probably the most innovative thing we did was with Yeates and Merrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I called them up. I don't know if they can look at them, but I still coach this technique we called it. And I said, Yeates, you have to coach me because I want to be sure I'm not getting away from the original. And then I called up Merrow. I said, coach me how you did. Now, Merrow was on the open side,
okay,
so he could step with one foot, be his inside foot, and Yeates Dog was over on the tight end side, and he had to step with the outside foot, and they just perfected what I couldn't dream up anything. But that group could not do and get done.
Wow.
And what was good about us, because y'all probably forgot about this, we could go in a defense at halftime, buddy, and change everything, switch right on over. In the second half, we were playing a whole different system, and y'all were so good at it, y'all spoiled me.
Well, you made that. You did that in St. Louis one time, man, where we went out and played the Rams in St. Louis. And Jim Hart came out. We were in there to stop the run because they had O.J. Anderson. And we smacked him around the first quarter, and he left the game. But Hart had us down 28-3 at halftime. So we went into halftime and changed everything up. And Sugar Ray Strong made a touchdown in overtime to win the game.
That's amazing. But we had never doubled that. We had doubled the slot. And what you're talking about there, they're going to win the football game. They got us singled up. And at halftime, we went in there, let's do this, and this. I put inside. And it was like, game over. We won, we just won, just shut down everything. But he mentioned O.J. Anderson. And, he was a great back. Everything thought he was unbelievable. And against your defensive team, he jumped on the ground and looked at like killed him. And who was the guy with the Saints in South Carolina?
George Rogers.
Those two great backs never wanted to play y'all. And if they were stuck in the game, I can remember O.J. Anderson, they threw him a swing out of the backfield, buddy. And he's about 4 yards down on his scrimmage. He caught the ball. He looked around, and here comes the piranha. Here comes the wave. And he jumped on the ground. I was in the press box. Good Lord. And that's surrender. But if you did surrender, you could get killed.
I tell you, guys, Coach, it was a credit to a lot of things, defensive play calling, and here's the thing, Coach. Everybody wanted to play for you, man. Everybody wanted to play for you. Nobody wanted to let you down. We were playing like lights out, man, because we believed in you and what you were doing, and we played hard. So, Coach,
You love that because somebody asked me, what was your locker room like if you did not win?
oh boy,
I said, it's unbelievable. We believe if you could lose and laugh, you were at the wrong place.
you're in the wrong place. That's right. That's right.
And today, unfortunately, kids get beat on the road and they party on the plane home.
Yeah.
And our group, if we did not win, it doesn't matter how good we played defense with help.
Mm-hmm.
We had games where their longest run was the 100 break. But if we did not win that game, we all had a little piece of us die. And that was the pride of coaching that group. That group said, oh my gosh.
Wow.
It was all about winning and knocking you around. And I tell everybody through my career, coaches aren't doing well, so we want to draw up a new pass pattern. We get beat here. We need a new play.
Mm-hmm.
And when we did, we weren't winning the game. We went out and broke somebody's nose and broke another one.
Wow.
And y'all were hitting them in the mouth way before anybody else knew what was going on. That was awesome.
Exactly. It was great. So Coach, you started coaching in college, and you came to Atlanta. You coached at Georgia Tech for a few years, right? And then you got a DB job with the Detroit Lions before coming to Atlanta. And then in 1979, you became the defensive coordinator. And where did you get your defensive philosophy from? Because it changed when you became the defensive coordinator, because all of a sudden now we're called the Grits Blitz defense. You started that in Atlanta. Tell us about that time and how that came about.
Got into that at a little school in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Western Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a job in Bowling Green, and they had, they couldn't win a game. They'd win 2 games a year, and if they're lucky, somebody forfeit, they could win 3. And we rolled in there and had the same players that they had. They were beat anybody. And what going to do? None of these cats can foot so well. And I said, let's go after them. Let's not defend. Let's attack.
Right.
And we did that so well at Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech called.
Wow.
And Georgia Tech says, holy cow, and this was shock. It won't shock Jeff. Probably either. In those days, I didn't have a resume. I didn't have an agent. What you did was on film.
Okay.
I didn't know what Georgia Tech. I didn't even know where Georgia Tech was.
Wow.
But they saw the film. Well, then, that led to me to do check. And the film at Georgia Tech led me to the job at Detroit.
Wow.
And then when Lehman Blank got the job in Atlanta, I've never spoken to one super Scott, y'all, because this ain't today.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who Lehman Bennett was.
Wow.
And had no idea. I said, so why are you after me?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the film.
Wow.
And what y'all do, nobody else does.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was blessed that the players played so hard that the film looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the scheme was never, as Buddy and Jeff, you all know, we weren't playing any scheme that everybody else was playing.
That's true.
It was your scheme, and we weren't playing like the Eagles or whatever you read. We played it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, we were the only people that the backside max stacked over the nose on a 3-4, and Kuykendall had the D depth, and Buddy had everything canceled to the weak side, and he could come downhill on himself.
Wow.
People hadn't figured that out today. I can run that today. They still haven't figured it out.
I love it. I love it.
If a guard pulled, I can remember Yeates and Merrow with them running sweep, neither one.
Mm-hmm.
They could run right or left, but either Yeates or Merrow was the backside end.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer you stretched it to the boundary, the more one of those ends would go close to you.
Wow. Wow.
And our ends from the back side took the sweep to the other side because the way we were reading, we were reading something nobody else reads. You know, we're reading the guard playing on the tackle, looking what the back was, the back was reading. Well, I still run that today.
Wow.
I still coach what Yeates and Merrow and Buddy and you did, and I'll be damned if still working now.
Wow. Setting records.
Colleges, 6 high schools, and 2 pro teams. So you're gonna laugh, Buddy. You're gonna fall down laughing. I'm coaching 7-on-7 in high school. 7 days ago, they did 7-on-7 in Ohio in the summer. And the safety in our cover 4, as you all remember, he had River broke outside the fullback or the tight end, and a young curl. Well, the kid busted it.
Okay.
And Buddy was correcting him. The kid busted again, and I forgot I ain't been a high school coach since Jesus' last supper, really. And I said, "How old are you?" He says, "I'm 15, sir." I go, "You make that air one more time, you ain't gonna teach 15.
Hey, Coach, he might go to a psych ward after you come talk to him like that. Oh, it's a different day.
And it's still at every level. It's still about, and I preach this to all the coaches I try to help. 80% of your questions and problems can be solved with more physicality.
Right.
I will say there was something. We played Detroit one time, and they came 2 tight ends against y'all, 2 wideouts, and they were undefeated. And they came into our place. What we did, we played man on the tight end with the 2 step man. We were man across the board against, and I got to say this, it wasn't totally the best thing, great philosophy and great scheme, but we hit it so damn hard it didn't matter. I could make a bad call, and you all would just fix it. It was awesome.
Well, Coach, I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of hard hitting going out there. We had a great linebacking group that, after those guys were front, Merrow and Yeates did their thing. Buddy and Kuykendall, they were chasing down from the inside out. And then we had Joel Williams and Al Richardson on the outside. I mean, we had some guys, and we had Prymore running the alley, right? And so, I mean, the defense is great. But I want to talk a little bit about that grits blitz defense because it set an NFL record for the fewest points allowed per game since the 1970 NFL merger. 129 points on a 14-game schedule, an average of 9.2 points per game, Coach. The stingiest defense in the Super Bowl era. Tell me about, it was just, it had to be crazy, man. I mean, nobody had ever seen that. Nobody had ever saw the things that you were doing. And it took the league by storm. Nobody could counter it. Nobody could deal with it, right?
Unfortunately, Joe Namath got traded to the Rams, and he'd been with the Jets, of course, and this was the Rams' chance to go to the Super Bowl, so they got him.
Right.
Y'all played 6 preseason games.
Right.
Not for 6. Well, all 6 games, I ran a 3-man rush and dropped 8 into zones.
Wow.
And 3-man rush, 8 dropped in 6 games.
Wow.
Then the season started. And then we brought 8 instead of 3.
Wow.
And y'all hit Joe Namath so hard. He played 1 game. That was good. Y'all don't know this. They packed him up at night on the airplane.
Wow.
And he flew home back the night. And he said, "That's it. I'm done." And because we came up to you,
right.
Our goal with that scheme was to make every play visible for 2 people. The quarterback.
Right.
And remember when we got Doug Smith? But the nose tackle, not Doug.
Don Smith.
From where was he from? Miami.
Miami, University of Miami. Mm-hmm.
Once we got Don Smith,
Mm-hmm.
we not only had the quarterback sweating every play, we had the center sweating every play.
Right.
And because our ends could come down on our guards, the guards couldn't help the center.
Right.
It was a scheme to make everybody be alone.
Right.
And you couldn't take a slam and slide, because if you did, somebody was coming off your butt.
Mm-hmm.
As a defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give you a drink. You guys got me talking so much.
Well, Coach,
If Yeates said, "What would you drink?" Yeates, if you were me, I got a little.
yes, you heard what he said?
No, what was that?
He said his throat is getting a little dry. He said, "What would you drink if you? What should he drink?"
If it was me, I'd be drinking a long neck.
A long neck.
Yeates, we were playing out in Seattle, and Yeates, remember you came at hamburger buffet, buddy?
I liked Seattle.
He had beer about 35.
I know. I took the whole tub back to the room.
Every beer that was there. And the next day, we're going to play Seattle Seahawks, and Yeates says, "Coach, I love you, but I can't play." I just never got to sleep last night. And I said, "I think I'm going to throw up." And I said, "Well, Yeates, you know I love you, but you're playing every play. If you got to throw up. And I'd be damned if he didn't do it. What a great game that was.
I'll tell you what I like. I liked when we played the Rams in Atlanta, and we safety blitzed them like 31 times, and I enjoyed that so much because when we ran that sticky jaw safety blitz, I had second back out my side, and I got to show Butler how to cover people.
We had the blitz feeling going on.
Hey, well, Coach, so here's the thing, right? The way we played, but then when you add the sticky blitz to the equation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, quarterbacks were shaking when they got to the line because you never disguised it. I mean, for me as a left corner, if I looked inside, it was like an extra point block, right? Everybody's on the line of scrimmage. We didn't want to hide it. We didn't want to disguise it. We lined up in it. And those quarterbacks were shaking out of their boots, man.
I'll never forget, we played the Giants in Atlanta, and we had 9 sacks, and nobody had 2. We had 9 people each with 1 sack.
Wow.
And Claude Humphrey didn't have a sack. He goes, "How can we have 9 sacks? And I never got 3.
That's big right there. But that's scheme, Coach. That's scheme. And
we had it pretty well confused.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, Coach. That was fun football.
When I left, Taylor Smith.
Mm-hmm.
When we left, I went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He said his dad Rankin said after 8 games that we were gone, and I think they changed their scheme. They changed the scheme that Yeates and Merrow didn't fit into the new scheme like they fit in our scheme.
Right.
Had him a wide 5 jet or something.
Mm.
And Taylor told me, his dad, he said, "Now where the hell is that guy that we got out of here? We got to find where he went."
Coach, we changed defense every year for like 3-4 years.
I know it was terrible. I felt bad for y'all.
Coach, it wasn't good. I tell you that right now. It wasn't good. But I tell you what, Coach, it was some hard hitting going out there. I tell you, I'll never forget a play. I saw Jeff Yeates. We were playing the Redskins up in Washington the year after you guys left. And Big Riggins was running the football, and he cut back, and Yeates hit him. And I'm telling you, it sounded like a freaking cannon. And that guy doggone Riggins was face down on the ground with his eyes shut, like he was afraid, right? I'll never forget this, Coach. He opened his eyes and he said, "You know what? I had enough for the day." He put the ball down and jogged off the field. I'm talking about Yeates. Yeates knocked the snot out of that guy, man. I mean, we had some hard-nosed guys.
You could get some good hits when you got that read right and you came down inside off the guard's ass.
Uh-huh.
And that running back was running towards the sidelines and decided to cut up.
Mm.
You had an opportunity there to put a little wood on him, you know?
You did.
Well, it was funny. I didn't look at film at Buddy, so I had nothing to do with that draft day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got Buddy, and then I think we had 3 rookie linebackers.
Yeah.
And,
Yep, you did.
We had Joel, I think, was with him, and the kid from Georgia Tech.
Al Richardson.
And so I think after, you have to check our record, I think after 16, we were 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
And Lehman said to me, "Jerry, are you sure?" Because I had a rookie strong safety.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Are you sure?" Yeah, we're about ready to quit. And he goes, "Well, you've been saying that for about 2 weeks." And I said, "Well, it's all going to come together pretty quick, and they're no longer. If we have counting the preseason things is how I sold it,
Mm-hmm.
and then counting our current games, we don't have any rookies.
Right.
They're not rookies.
Right.
We've all played enough. We go play around,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the end of people having full time.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody grew up and figured out what we're doing. And I can remember, Buddy, when you were a rookie, for sure you used to play 4-11 games. Well, unfortunately, we played Buddy and the other rookies all 6
preseason games. Yep, exactly.
Before we, and about after, we're in game 5, but for Buddy's game 11, he was wore out.
Yeah.
And what I did then, Buddy, I looked around and I said, our Friday practice has got to become a glorified walkthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we don't have we can't do what we want to do on Sunday.
Right.
So you change what I required to do on Friday, and so you could make it through the season. So it wasn't so damn long, because for a rookie, that was a big change in life, and playing as hard as y'all played.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, it was a different day as well. We did a lot of hitting. Preseason training camp. I mean, we played football. And so, we didn't shy away from the physical side. I had a son who played in the league, and when he was playing a few years ago, he called me one day complaining about practice, right? And he said, "Well, we got these 2 practices." I said, "Well, tell me about your practice. How long are both your practices?" He said, "Well, the first practice is a walkthrough." I say, "Son, don't ever call me again. Don't ever call me again and say anything about practice, because you guys not practicing. I'm telling you right now." I said, "You're not practicing." I mean, we were 2-a-days, 6 weeks, man. We were going after it.
Yeah. And how about this? Why we had 2-a-days between the practices, we had weight room.
And we had all that. Exactly.
Yeah, we had weight room, 2-a-days, work all night, and sleep fast. They tell everybody sleep fast.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
How could you coaches be that stupid to do all that shit?
Today, now you got to put on those high heels and carry a purse. If you hit anybody, swat them with your purse.
Hey, Coach, you couldn't coach in the league right now. Coach,
well, I thought about this. I was in the CFL 3 years ago. Then I went to XFL. Then I went to CFL.
Mm-hmm.
And you all are going to love this. Nothing changed. Guess what? We had the best defense ever.
Awesome.
And people watched my CFL team. I was up in Hamilton. And they said, "You realize the way you playing at Hamilton, every play in the NFL, somebody we could find and throw out."
No doubt.
And last year I was in Mobile, Alabama, what they call Major League Football.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to love this. We played the same team that you all played. The same Reese, Jeff Yeates, Jeff Merrow. same Buddy stacked over the center, jump over to the A gap.
Wow.
If it went weak, Buddy, all you had was inside field. Don't worry about it. All gaps are canceled. And guess what? You all love this. They still ain't gained no yardage on it.
Wow. That's great, man. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome, coach.
Buddy, did your son, I see he went to Georgia Tech?
Yeah, he went to Georgia Tech and played 6 years, and now he's in Orlando in medical sales. But he had a real good career. He got redshirted a year, and he had a medical redshirt. Could have played 7 with the COVID year, but he went on and he got his master's. He's a whole lot more smarter than his old man, for sure.
Hey, coach, we had
Is he as tall as you?
No, he's about 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 sons. The oldest 3, the other one about 1.
Coach, we had to get David out of Georgia Tech because they kept beating Florida State when he was down there. So they kept trying to give him another year. I was like, he's too old. Y'all got to get him out. Get him out of there.
Let me tell you, I was at Georgia Tech 6 years, and they never did give me a diploma.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Hey, coach.
Yes.
I got to ask you this question before we get off of this show, because people want to know. I know for sure the answer to this question because I saw it. The tickets for Elvis before every home game in Atlanta. Are you sure Elvis still alive, or you think he's gone now? What is it?
Well, my last job, he was coaching the defensive line.
He's still living. Oh my God!
I think I mistook Jeff Yeates and Jeff Merrow for Elvis.
That's funny, man. That is so funny. Well, Coach, we really appreciate you, man, and you know.
I love all you people. When you see your teammates, tell them thanks for making my career so damn much fun. I tell everybody that when I went to Detroit, I was so lucky because they were like y'all, as hard-nosed stuff. I had the same job the same year at the Chargers. Okay. And the Chargers, I'm talking 1974 to 75, would not hit anybody. And I always wondered, what if I went and started at the Chargers? I'd have probably become a big wuss, and it would have been no hit my whole career.
Coach, you would have left. You'd have left. You'd have just left and started over somewhere else. That's all. I mean, it was already in you. You know, you're a linebacker. You're a linebacker. That's the whole thing. You got a linebacker's mentality. You want to hit people.
Well, it was funny when Linda Bennett came after me. I was coaching the linebackers, buddy, at Detroit, and Jimmy Carr, who was coaching the secondary at Detroit.
Ah, okay.
And I got Jimmy Carr. Anyway, Linda Bennett says, I want you to run your defense. I want to do all that stuff, but I want you to coach the secondary because I'm bringing a good friend of mine as the linebacker. Oh,
wow, okay.
And I said, well, what about putting Doug in the secondary? And she goes, well, Doug can't coach the secondary, so you got it. And that's how I ended up.
Oh, wow, okay.
This was saving about 2 weeks ago if I called him. They said, who's the best secondary coach you ever saw in your life? He goes, Jerry Glanville. Wow. That's amazing. He was with me for 3-4 years.
Yeah, he was, right.
And it's amazing he said that because when I call him, caller ID must know he's coming. Nobody answers. Caller ID, buddy, has ruined my chances. Every time I go to call somebody like that, oh, damn, don't answer the phone. It's him.
Yeah.
No, it's Coach Glanville calling. That's funny, man. That's funny. Hey, Coach, man, we love you, man. Appreciate your time. You know, we got to come back and do this again, man. We got to do it again.
Well, we got to get a big Tell who's the guy that owns the Falcons now? He owns some store where
Arthur Blank.
napkins.
Arthur Blank.
Yeah. Tell Arthur that we should have a homecoming barbecue at the Falcons.
Okay.
And bring back the grits flip.
Oh, wow. That'd be big.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome right there. Yep, no doubt.
Bring back everybody that we could tell a story on every single guy on the field about our night being Saturday night. We had some good players fall out of their chairs. we had a coach that's remember Jim Luck. I'd be running the field and I had a big thump. I say, what was that? Coach Luck. Well, he was on the floor. What a great laugh we had.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Coach. It was a lot of fun. And so we really appreciate you. We love you, man. I'll never forget, Coach, after you came back as a head coach, you know, it was a real thrill to play for you. It was different. It really was different, right? And even though we did the same things as a head coach, you know, when we were managing the whole team, it was special. You did a good job. I appreciate you. Appreciate you how you took care of all those old guys.
Well, it was kind of funny, you know. I always said that 30 and over practice camp. Nobody knew about that.
Right.
Buddy tried to claim he was 30 when he was 25. You guys probably forgot if you're 30 and over.
Right.
Every 7 days, 2 days, with one day.
With one a day. That's right. I remember that.
Remember when we had Drew Hill?
Yep, that's right.
He came running up to me. Of course, she's from Georgia Tech. He goes, Coach, I'm so excited about this 30 and over. I can't tell you how much I'm going to enjoy that. I don't know why you are. I know you're 29.
Hey, Sticky, when you got the head coach job, you know, I never got a phone call. Well, no, I wanted to tape back up.
Well, it's funny. I kept looking for your number. You went underground.
You went underground. Oh my God! But hey, Coach, I got to tell you, you know, the 1991 team is starting to come together to do some stuff. I gotta plug you in because those guys are crazy, man. And the Too Legit to Quit season, we got about 30 guys on a group thing together. So I gotta put your name and number in there.
Now, here's what's great about that. Nobody goes back. And I want you all to look at this. Everybody remembers 91, they say most exciting team in this year football. Go back and watch, and this is a credit to the way we always were. We were 0-2.
That's right.
And nobody remembers that team's 0-2.
Wow.
And this happens, and this happens,
right.
And this happens. And pretty soon we're the best team in football.
We're the best team in football, Coach.
And see, kids today don't come back from 0-2.
Right.
And today is you'll have a good player.
Right.
It'd be like me coaching Jeff Yeates. And he got beat. And Jeff, today the kid looks at it and says, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Where Jeff Yeates, Jeff Merrow, Buddy Curry, you could get beat 8 times in a row.
Right.
And you still knew you were the guy.
Right, exactly.
And so you go back to that 91 team when you get time, go start reading the scores until the middle of the year.
Wow.
And I was so lucky. I've coached 4 teams that won 9 in a row.
Wow.
And you all know how hard it is to win 9 in a row.
Oh, that's hard. That's right.
And when you win 9 in a row, you got something going on as a team.
Yes, no doubt.
And that's what you all need.
No doubt.
You know, the biggest thrill I have, I was for the draft, they took me over to the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And I would talk about every draft round. But I said, I want to go to the Atlanta Falcon place in the Hall of Fame because on the wall, this is what's great, on the wall is a 129-point plaque.
Okay.
And it's the only honor in the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. There's not one person's name on that plaque.
Wow.
So you are the 129-point club, they call it. It's a team. Is not an individual. And I look around, here's 100 plus the great players. I love them all. But the one I get the chills. Here's a plaque in the Hall of Fame, and read me the player's name on that. Well, there isn't. Not one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hey,
Always true.
that's awesome, Coach. Hey, we love you, man. Let's do this again. Hey, that's our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you like the show, comment and share it with your friends. I'm your host, Bobby Butler, again, 100 Yards of Football. And guys, Jeff Yeates, Buddy Curry, Jeff Merrow, all you guys, thank you for being with us tonight. And the man in black, Jerry Glanville himself. We had a blast, y'all. Good to see you guys again.
See you guys.